Disclaimer: this podcast is intended for mature audiences only. The views and opinions you're about to hear may be offensive, provoking, or disagreeable. Content you're about to hear and see also contain profanity and insulting content that should not be taken personal. If you are under the age of 18 or easily offended, please stop listening now. Thank you.
Hey Christian, do you know what day it is?
No, what day is it?
It's No.lube Wednesday.
Thank you for joining us. You are now listening to the No.lube.podcast. Get ready to dive into the minds of Christian and Carla as they tackle and discuss all the censored issues and conversations that we as people are afraid to talk about. You will hear judgments based on principle, opinions that will shed new light on topics, and thoughts we all have but never say out loud, where real topics meet real people. Get ready for strictly raw and uncut content. And now, your No.lube host, Christian and Carla.
Hello and welcome to the No.lube podcast, where dreams that become reality are just a mere coincidence. My name is Christian, and with me your co-host Carla.
Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome to our third podcast, and thank you for the support.
Yay! Thanks guys.
All right, Carla, so what do you want to start out with?
Well, Christian, we've been, again, thank you for all the support, all you fans. I want to start with a little quick update from last week's podcast on the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. A lot of people have been weighing in on the topic, and I just want to give a little quick update on some of the new information that has come to light since then. So last week we talked about the Girl Scout cookies and how I dislike them, which was one of the main things that I've been getting.
Once again, wow, Carla.
Boo! You suck!
Right. So, So just an FYI, the Boy Scouts were founded in 1910. Their mission statement is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetime. That's the Boy Scouts. And then the Girl Scouts were founded in 1912. And their mission statement is prepare girls to empower themselves and promote compassion, courage, confidence, character, leadership, entrepreneurship. So, why do I feel like the Girl Scouts have a little more to say? I don't know. But on the topic of what do the Boy Scouts do? They sell popcorn, Christian.
Popcorn.
In the fall, their thing is popcorn.
But where do you buy it? I never seen them.
Supposedly, according to the website, they do it like either they can choose to do it either secretly, and by secretly,
Secretly.
I mean, like, they don't have to stand out there and sell it like the Girl Scout cookies, like the Girl Scouts do with their cookies, but you can do it through whatever drive they do, magazine, blah, 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 but they do sell popcorn. Now,
the real question is, do they make as much money as Girl Scouts?
Let's get into the real topic that I can't do math. So, for all you math people, here's some stats. So the Girl Scouts get to keep 75% of their sales. So basically, now, I mean, the last website, the updated one was, I think the cookies were selling for $4, but I think now they're at $5.
$5.
So roughly, I calculated that about $1.12-ish goes to the bakeries, and the rest goes to the local troops that sell them.
Okay,
so,
that's a lot of money.
Which is good. Now, here's the kicker. So as I was reading, Ana Maria Chavez is the CEO of the Girl Scouts or whatever. You don't know her salary, which I thought was fascinating?
How much?
$400,000
Fuck.
a year.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Wow.
A year.
It's a lot of money.
1 million girls sell 2 million boxes, making $800 million a year. Sorry. So yeah, 1 million girls sell 200 million boxes, making $800 million a year. And
that's a lot of money.
And this girl gets $400,000. Now, the Boy Scouts, they didn't really go into it, but they get 33% of the profits off of their popcorn. Same thing applies where majority of it goes to local charity. I mean, their local troops, and the rest goes to however much it takes to make popcorn. I don't know.
In other words, it's a really great business to get into.
Wait a minute. One more fact.
Go ahead. Give us one more fact.
One more fact. The Boy Scout CEO is the 5th highest paid charity CEO, making $1.6 million a year.
Fuck. Is what I have to say again. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Why? Now, either way, they both make a lot of money.
Before you get into it, Carla, I know what you're going to say.
Right,
I know where you're going with this.
All right, go ahead.
Is it because he's a man?
Ooh, ding, ding, ding. I mean, I wasn't going to say it. I'm glad you said it, though. I have no idea. I didn't have a chance to even... I mean, obviously, that's going to be another hot topic of ours later on. But, yeah, why... First of all, why does the Boy Scouts make not even, like, a lot more than the Girl Scout one? But second of all, how are these people making so much money?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where are they getting so much money? The Boy Scouts of America?
Mm-hmm.
If they're just taking in 33%, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're taking in 33%. Does this mean that most of that money goes to that guy?
Part of some of the things I was reading is that the profits go to the local troops. Now, the local troops do have their voluntary, people that volunteer to be whatever they call them, den mothers or troop something. But they also have paid workers that work for them, and I think that goes to their salaries. Now, if you start at the lowest whatever part of it, they're making minimum wage according to the website. But once you make your way up the food chain, you're making a lot more, clearly.
You see, the part where I'm tripping over is, let's go back to the Girl Scouts, right?
Sure.
So the Girl Scouts are making what, 8-point-something million a year?
$800 million.
$800 million a year.
In
okay.
cookie sales.
In cookie sales.
They say like about 1 million girls are involved, right? Selling 200 million boxes, making $800 million.
So let's say they're getting, what, $4 off each box, right?
Right.
And then the dollar ends up at the company, right?
At the makers.
With all that money that they're making, I'm not saying she's not making enough money already, but they can afford to give her more money.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And still have a bunch of money left over.
Now, again, unless we're going to dive into this, and more of it goes to the local troop areas where they pay for their uniforms and their, camping stuff and blah, 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 then maybe it's divided up that way. Now, the article I didn't get to read was, there was an article defending why the Boy Scouts the Boy Scout CEO makes $1.6 million and why it's justified, which I was already upset on this little facts that I found out, let alone I wasn't going to dive in to see why he was making it.
That's so crazy. I just find it really fascinating.
The overall thing was super crazy. And then we can get into the whole, is this a type of, a secret, does this lead to a secret society or make him feel a little more privileged because you're in this, tight-knit group, right?
And I feel like it sounds like he's getting away with it, or this entire thing is happening without anybody questioning it.
Right. Which
is crazy.
Because no one's really diving into it. You just see the face of it of oh, these are kids learning, which I just read their mission statement. On both ends, it sounds really really empowering, really, what do you call it? Good stuff happening to them.
But you see, thinking about it.
So then we're breeding, and I don't say breeding, but we're making good people. And do we have good people in society right now?
We have the best people.
Shouldn't we all be part of this mission statement in general? And why aren't we following it?
Shouldn't we all be a lot of things, Carla?
Also true.
But look, let me dive into the little Boy Scout thing real quick.
Okay.
So there's a lot of factors that factor into it, right?
Sure.
I'm not saying I'm trying to justify this.
Right.
But is there more Boy Scouts than Girl Scouts? That's just a question, open question to you.
So you're saying
is this guy in charge of more boys than what this female is in charge of more girls?
I don't know. That's another topic. I mean, another follow-up that we can do next week.
If he's in charge of more boys, then maybe his salary is justified. Maybe.
But is he looking out after all these boys? I mean,
he's not, but he has more.
It's like a business. It's the CEO isn't looking out after all the employees. He has other people doing it.
Yeah, but the CEO isn't just sitting around either. He's doing something. He's
we
moving.
Don't know.
He's making money moves.
But this is like it's not even like it's like a charity. It's not even like
it's not even a charity no more. It's a
like,
business
it's
now.
It's a business. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, then we need to question what the hell's going on, and we're just buying stuff off of them. We're making them money.
Maybe we should start our own organization and
secret society.
Get away with shit like this.
This is what No Lube is for.
But thank you for the update, Carla.
No problem.
That was a good update.
Thanks.
On to the next one. All right, Carla. So it's that time once again. Our new segment, which isn't even new anymore, but
it's not.
Let's just call it our new segment once again. Of stupid idea or totally genius idea.
Right.
Do you have one this month? Today?
Today, I do have one. And I think it's stupid.
Go ahead and let our listeners hear it first, and then we'll make that decision at the end.
It's called Fart Be Gone.
Fart Be Gone.
Yeah.
Sounds stupid already, but go on. Let's not judge a book by its cover.
It's literally just a pad that you put in your underwear so that when you fart, it deodorizes it and it's supposed to not smell anymore. In fact, the product description, you want me to read you the product description? It says, no more smelly episodes, horrible fart odors, and feeling ashamed or embarrassed. Place this pad inside your underwear so the next time gas is expelled, it is instantly neutralized without the telltale signs, lingering odor that could put you in an awkward situation. It's doctor recommended. Activated charcoal cloth pad is washable and reusable for several weeks depending on usage. Whatever that means. The discreet pad is thin and comfortable to wear, and it includes double-sided tape and instructions. But due to health and safety concerns, this item is not returnable.
No shit.
Yeah. I do have a picture of it. It's
okay.
Literally just a cloth.
It looks like a fucking turkey leg.
Here it is in action.
You know what? It actually looks like a real pad.
It is a pad.
Honestly, like...
That's what I'm saying. It's a pad. It's a pad.
Carla. Anyways, Carla, look. So, hold up. You think it's stupid, right?
I think it's stupid. It's
okay.
just like either...
Let me give you my opinion on that one.
Change your diet so it doesn't smell,
I honestly don't think that's stupid. I honestly think that's pretty smart.
Oh, you know what you're getting for Christmas then?
Because look.
No surprise there.
Because look.
No, look.
Two things.
Look. All right, go ahead.
One, medically, it's pretty cool, right?
Medically?
Because you have those people that, like, can literally have fucked up intestines, in other words. And they constantly fart, right? You don't want to be around those people, right?
Okay.
So if they're wearing that, you're going to want to be around those people. Well, it's not that you're going to want to be around those people, but you can tolerate being around those people, right?
Dude, this thing costs $25.
And it's reusable? Or how does that work?
Exactly. It says, I don't know how you continuously use it, and it's just, and then what are you going to do? Wash it, and then what?
Put it on again.
By then, you can just get a freaking, what is it? Those things you hang in the cars, that tree.
So you're going to carry one in your pocket all the time?
Well, I mean, you might as well be. It's going to be cheaper.
Okay, let me ask you this one. Let me ask you this question, Carla.
Go ahead.
Say you're with a guy, right?
Right.
He pulls down his pants, and you see that shit in his underwear. What do you do then?
Well, I'm gonna ask a lot of questions, first of all, as usual. But
would you continue doing what you were gonna do, or would you just drop it there and walk away?
Well, at least it's gonna smell good.
Is it really?
I don't know. You want to test it out?
I'm not gonna test that out, but anyways, it's really smart. In my opinion, it's smart. It's really smart. Would I use it? Probably not. But I mean,
okay,
it's good for other people.
I'm assuming that this is unisex, right? So, same question. Girl drops her pants and you see that. What are you gonna do?
I would ask her a lot of questions. I wouldn't ask her questions. I would pretend I didn't see it. If I'm really into this girl. If I'm not, then I'll ask questions.
If you're not into her, you're gonna ask a lot of questions like, "What the fuck is this?"
Not like that, but I'm gonna be like,
How How are you gonna bring it up?
I'm gonna be like, hey, are you on your period or something? No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm gonna be like,
I don't even know how that's even better.
I'm not gonna say that. Of course, I'm not gonna say that. But what I would like look at her, look at it, and then look back at her and be like, hey, what is that? Just curious, just out of curiosity. What is that?
What if she says it's a pee pad?
Congrats. I don't know. What are you supposed to say to that, Carla?
I don't know. Well, you're saying like this is like the. I don't know. This is.
What are you supposed to say to that, Carla?
I don't know. I'm just trying to like egg you on. But for $25, I don't know. I feel I can do a lot of other things before I spend $25 on a little ass pad that's reusable. I feel like how does it become reusable? I mean, how do you refill it with the smell or something? I don't even know. $25?
Have you ever seen those little Febreze order stations where you like keep refilling it and refilling it and refilling it? Makes a little packet and you just put it inside.
Right.
What if it's something like that?
What if it is something like that? What if you're freaking allergic to that and you're sticking that up on your butt? Also,
does it get activated when you fart, or is it activated 24/7?
No, hypothetically it's activated all the time, but it's gonna neutralize your farts. So what I'm saying is like, man, how horrible are your farts that you need like a filter for it?
True, I can agree with that. Now,
do you know what I mean? Like before, like, hey, why don't you go get help so you don't have to buy pads to mask your farts, right? Why don't you fix? I don't know. I just feel like, why are we going? Like,
you see, what if it's a medical problem? That's the thing. Like, if it's a medical problem, I would be like, okay, cool.
Medical problem, I feel like, okay, I don't know, I guess, but you know what I mean? Like the poopery, that thing works. That thing's, when you go to the bathroom. I don't understand why you need to
explain the poopery to us, because I'm sure a lot of people haven't heard of that.
The poopery is like you go into the bathroom and you spray the toilet water and it creates like this coat so that when you make a deposit it drops in there and then it seals it back up so the poop smell does not escape.
What about the farts?
Well,
how would that work? Does it still smell? That's my question about that one.
Well, the poopery is like a spray, so it's just smelling like flowers, I'm assuming. Well, then, or you get the air freshener and spray the shit out of the bathroom. I don't know. Again, how bad are your farts that you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Or just do the old school way, just light a match?
Yeah, and that totally works, by the way. And cheaper.
You see, let's stick to the topic of bathroom stuff, right?
Okay.
Items to the bathroom. But before we get into that,
it's a stupid idea.
Let's finish it up. Okay, you said it's a stupid idea.
It's stupid.
I don't think it's completely stupid, but I'm somewhat leaning towards the stupid side.
Okay.
But we want to hear your comment on that. So
yeah,
comment down below.
Yeah, go ahead and comment.
Or
on this.
just talk to us in person if we know you.
And I'm accepting donations to get Christian a fart pad for Christmas or your birthday already passed, but for Christmas, for 4th of July. Let's give you a 4th of July.
Wow. First of all, Carla, I'm not even going to say anything. Let's just move on.
Okay.
So, staying in that topic of bathroom items, right?
Right.
So, we got the pooperoo. What else do we have?
Poopery.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Of what?
Like bathroom items.
The
little stool thing.
The stool, I don't know what it's called. We're going to have to look that up. But that stool is supposed to lift up your legs so that when you're sitting on the toilet, your legs are lifted up, and it's supposed to help you poop out faster or easier. The squatty potty.
The squatty potty. There you go. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's called the squatty. It's called the squatty potty, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to help you eliminate faster. I don't know. Poop faster. Poop easier, stress less, drop and go.
Drop and go. That's a good one, Carla.
Yeah. I have not personally used it. I have known people that do use it and say it works. I also know people that use the poopery and also it works. Those are good ideas. Those are genius ideas. Again, I'm accepting donations to give Christian a 4th of July gift.
Wow. That's a true American gift right there.
No problem.
But anyways, Carla, that's pretty much it for that segment.
So one thing that I was curious about is that new movie that's coming out, La Llorona. As you know, Christian, I hate scary movies. I do not watch them at all. Although somehow I end up watching them eventually. But I do not like scary movies. I am the biggest chicken ever. But this one catches my eye just because it's not historical, but you know, that's a tale that my mom used to tell me about all the time. So I'm very curious as to what or how they're gonna make a movie out of it. And just for a little background, Christian, just for to say, I looked it up of what it is. I'm gonna read to you what the story is.
Is it considered a spoiler alert?
No, because it's just everyone knows the story. I feel like.
Okay, let's
right?
just go on.
Well, because this is not the movie. I mean, I don't know if I don't even know if it's the movie, right? I'm telling you what what it says here.
You see, the biggest question I have before you read that is if is the movie gonna be Americanized, or is it gonna be the legit Mexican version of La Llorona that you're about to
say? Yeah,
say. I'm
curious too. I'm curious to find out. So this is what it says. The legend. The legend is that it's set in a rural village. I don't know how to say rural.
All right, all the listeners, you guys get the point. Go on.
Rural village. Thank you. There lived a young woman named Maria. She came from a poor family but was known around her village for her beauty. One day, an extremely wealthy nobleman traveled through her village. He stopped in his tracks when he saw Maria.
Donald Trump.
Maria was charmed by him, and he was charmed by her beauty. So when he proposed to her, she immediately accepted. Maria's family was thrilled that she was marrying into a wealthy family, but the nobleman's father was extremely disappointed that his son was marrying into poverty. Maria and her new husband built a house in the village to be away from his disapproving father, and eventually she gave birth to 2 sons. Her husband was always away traveling and began stop spending time with his family. When he came home, he only paid attention to his sons, and Maria knew that her husband was falling out of love with her. One day he returned to the village with a younger woman, and he told his sons farewell, ignoring Maria. Maria, angry and hurt, took her children to the river and drowned them in a blind rage. She realized when she realized what she had done, she went back to search for them, but the river had already carried them away. Days later, she was found dead in a riverbank. Challenged by the gates of heaven for the whereabouts of her children, she was not permitted to enter the afterlife until she finds them. So stuck between the land of the living and the dead, she spends eternally looking for her lost children. She has always heard weeping for her children, and earning her the name La Llorona. It is said that you can hear her crying. And once you hear her crying, you should run the opposite way. If you hear her cries, also it can mean misfortune or even death. And many parents in Latin America use this story to scare children from staying out too late.
Which is a folktale.
Which is the folktale because, So my parents always told me that if I was out too late, the Llorona was gonna come get me. And basically, I don't think I've ever. This is the first time reading this. This is the first time I've actually learned more details about the story. They just told me that this woman freaking killed her children, and she's now looking for her children, and she makes mistakes other people's children for her children, and that's why I would be kidnapped if I stayed out too late.
You see, with this new movie that's coming out, so I was reading some of the description on it. The movie takes place in Los Angeles in the 1970s. So I'm interested to know, how I asked you earlier, if it's going to be Americanized or if it's going to stay to that story. Because it already looks like it's changing a bit right there.
Yeah. But I also feel that making it take place in the 70s opens it up a little bit. Because there's a little more possibilities of things they can get away in the 70s. Being like GPS stuff and looking up on the internet and things like that. So it makes things a little more believable because you have less technology to challenge everything.
And also, is this folktale still scary for like kids in this generation. Get me? Because I
Okay.
feel like, okay, back then, I feel like parents would use it, as you said, a scare tactic, right?
Right.
And I feel like kids now are just rebellious against everything now.
True.
And kids now don't really fear shit. Like, they're fearless. So is this movie, like,
This is
work for
also
us?
true. Oh, I think
Or is it only for the older kids that grew up in the 90s and the 80s? Shit like that.
I think for this movie, for the younger generation, it's just going to be a scary movie, right? Whereas for older folks that know about this story, it's going to, bring kind of a new life to this thing, which is why have you seen the trailers? I'm already sweating. Like, I'm already panicking. Like, I need to go to the bathroom before. I need to, like, hold on to someone's hand because...
Have the entire NASCAR suit where you can just, like, go in there and just be in there?
Yeah, because this is going to be some scary stuff. And even though I sure already know that this is Hollywood and it's going to be fake, fake, watch her come out tomorrow in my backyard, but taking the lives of the flies.
But see, Carla, I don't want to overhype this movie.
Oh, yeah, no.
Just because I feel like this shit can just go to shit, or it can be a good movie. So I don't want to overhype it.
This whole thing is I was just curious of how some folktale near and dear to me that I know, not near and dear to me, but something that I know is now being put on film. And I'm just curious of how they're going to make it work.
You see, but I feel like there's been multiple Llorona films.
There has been. See, I haven't even...
Some of them have, like, completely just gone to shit to the point that, you just don't hear about them. Right?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, they've taken out multiple ones. One thing that, like, I'm really interested in is because it is a folktale. Mm-hmm. So just the idea that they're bringing it out and they're keeping it alive. Because I feel like there's no modern folktale.
What if...
Right?
I mean, like, but what if they've just figured that they're tired of making Halloween 17? You know what I mean?
That's true. Because I
Halloween
remember
19.
Back in the 90s,
20.
like,
there's
my
so
parents...
many Halloweens. It's like, how many times are we gonna, like, beat this dead horse? That I feel like now they need to step up their game. But I also think that because it's this La Llorona, that a lot of people aren't gonna... I mean, it might not be popular because it's based on a Spanish thing, and maybe some people aren't interested in that. And
people aren't interested in Hispanic shit,
right? And they're just gonna, like...
White people are interested in Hispanic food. That has nothing to do with it, but I'm just saying.
But they're just gonna, like, push it off to the side and be like, okay, well, this is a B-rated movie, not knowing that, this is some serious shit right here.
So who do you think this movie is made for? To target who? The Hispanic culture?
I think their target is just the scare people, not the scare people, but what do you call it? The people who are into horror films. I think that's what who it's targeting to. Not more or less ethnicity, but more of a genre. That people like scary movies, and I think that's what it is. Because that's how it started. That's how, like, The Conjuring, it was, like, not meant to... I feel like that wasn't meant to be anything. It just became something. Because
if this movie does become a hit, I feel like they should end it there. And not make La Llorona 2 and ruin everything for it.
Right. I definitely agree with that.
But you see, I feel like I'm really interested in folktales. The only reason why I want to go watch the movie is because, it's a Hispanic folktale. But I'm really interested in them because I remember, like, growing up, they had certain things like duendes. You know what duendes are?
Is it like are those midgets or?
Wow, Carla, midgets. Anyways, so what a duende
little
is?
People, I don't even know. Gnomes? Are they gnomes? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's something like that. So it's horrible. Like they're like little gnomes.
First of all, no judgment. This is no lube. First of all, so
true,
before I get hate mail, I don't know what. I don't know.
Okay, so duendes, they're like little creatures, little
creatures. So I was right.
Little creatures, not little humans, but little creatures. I'm just playing. Let's fucking not go there. Okay, little creatures.
So now we're both gonna get hate mail. Great.
Right,
Thank you.
So little creatures that take you into the forest and you don't ever come back, or you don't ever nobody ever hears from you.
So you were scared of duendes?
Not that I was scared of it, but I had that idea behind me. Now let's just say I was scared of it, right? So there was fear put into me that allowed me to literally listen to my parents, because my parents would always threaten me with that, like, oh, if you don't behave or if you don't go to sleep at this time, the duendes are gonna come out at night and take you into the fucking forest and shit, knowing that there's no fucking forest right here, but take you into the forest and shit and literally take you forever.
Like the chupacabra?
I'm not really familiar with that, but I mean, you can go on and tell me about it.
I literally don't know anything about the chupacabra. I've never seen one.
I don't think nobody's ever seen one, but okay.
It's like Bigfoot, those type of things. But I just knew it was something out there eating you. And to tell you like a little background, when we were, in my backyard, we have a pool that's now filled up. But when we were originally making it, there was obviously the pool was just dirt, a big old hole. And I was playing outside, and my dad's like, come back in, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, nah, I'm just doing my own thing. And he said that the chupacabra's going to come and get you. And I'm like, what? And then he turned off the lights, and it went dark. And I panicked, and I ran back into the house, and I ran right through the open hole. And I just fell into the hole. And my dad laughed so hard. And I wasn't even tall enough to get out. Somehow I legit Super Mario'd that out, and I jumped out, and I came out of the pool because I was so scared of the unknown, pretty much. So not that he told me that often, but that is a good scare tactic. Also, I grew up with talking about being Americanized. Bloody Mary. Have you ever heard of Bloody Mary?
I remember hearing about it back in elementary.
So there's
a really big I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough information about it,
right,
to literally bring it into my adulthood.
Right. I didn't. I just again read what Bloody Mary is again, and it says that Bloody Mary appears to a group of individuals who ritualistically invoke her name and into a mirror, and it's supposed to tell you are you gonna get married or not, pretty much, right? But it's turned into something completely crazy. And then so now that now when you say it says Bloody Mary's appears as a corpse or a ghost. And so when I was in elementary school, the whole thing was that you were supposed to go to the bathroom, turn off all the lights, spin 3 times, flush the toilet 3 times, and yell Bloody Mary 5 times, 5 or 7 times. And in the toilet or in the mirror, she is supposed to appear, right? So we would do that, and I would never go in. I would never.
Let me cut you off right there real quick. I feel like that explains why a lot of kids in my elementary were scared to go into the fucking bathroom. Honestly,
yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
but go on.
But that was the thing. So there was this whole thing Bloody Mary is supposed to appear either in the mirror or the bathroom. So you would go in there, and we would do it. And we would never see it because we wouldn't last the whole 5 or a number of times because we always get scared. And someone would always be left in there, and they'd be like, yeah, I saw it. But I really don't think we would see anything, but they would just come out and be like, yeah, we saw it. And so we would all be scared.
Do you know the history behind that?
About what?
Where the fuck the Bloody Mary person or chick or guy, whoever the fuck it is, comes out? Or why it comes out?
It says it's a folklore legend consisting of a ghost, about or a spirit to reveal the future, and it's said to be appeared in the mirror when her name is chanted repeatedly, and that's pretty much all it is. There's no witnesses or anything like that. It just says that it was just encouraged to people to, back in the day. You would hold a candle in the mirror, and it was supposed to reveal your husband, your future husband or whatnot, and that was it. But the story slowly changed into the Grim Reaper now, because it was it was supposed to now tell you when you're gonna die, things like that, and so that's why now it changed into Bloody Mary. Or it also says in modern addition to taunting that, it indicates if you're gonna have a baby or not, because Bloody Mary is supposed to represent the whole blood coming out of you and blah blah blah, and it's supposed to reveal if you're going to have a miscarriage or anything. It's weird.
Crazy.
Yeah. But that's why I was scared of sometimes going to the bathroom by myself.
Okay, I think we're going to get out of topic on this one, but...
Okay.
With that last thing you said, the last statement, do you believe in psychics? Because there's a lot of people that don't believe in it, or they say they don't believe in it, but they try it out, right?
Right.
And they go based off what the fucking psychic told them, right?
Yeah, but then so that's a good topic. Now, with that being said though, if you go to a psychic, they tell you something, and now it's in your head. Do you will it to happen? Like, have you heard of like putting it out in the universe? Because what you can conceive, you can achieve.
There you go.
That's
Pay a psychic to tell you something incredible and go do it.
There you go. I've never I've done the Ouija board before.
How was that?
Ooh. That was
First of all, do you still believe in that?
No. No. And yes. Cuz you never know.
Explain. I'm interested in this. Explain.
So the reason why I did the Ouija board was because in my dorm, the dorm that I lived in, the house, whatever, it was like a house, right? And one of the rooms was said to be haunted by a little boy or a girl. I forgot. A girl, not a little boy, someone of college age, died in there, like just depressed, and hung himself in the closet.
Oh, duende.
Right. hung him or I don't even remember him or her in the closet. So the girl that was living in there, she kept coming out saying like there's a fucking ghost in here, blah blah blah, and we're like, nah, like don't don't freak us out, because I don't want to, like, I personally don't want to live with ghosts, and I never want to have that thing. So I was always the one saying like, no, it's fake, the ghost doesn't exist, and because her roommate had moved out, she was there in that room by herself, but she had another bed in there, and I was like, you know what, one day I said, let me sleep in your room and let me prove to you that there's no ghost, right? So long story short, one day we're sleeping in there and we hear like rattling and freaked me the fuck out. And these dorm rooms were figured where we're in bunk beds and the desk is underneath. So so man, I jumped out of that bunk bed like no other. We both did. And so as a last resort, and I say this last resort because we're stupid college kids, like, right? Last resort, someone said like, well, let's do a Ouija board and summon them and say if they're actually there. And guess what we did? We fucking did the Ouija board, and there you go. So we did it, and I don't know, like we had our hands on the little thingy, and was it moving? I don't know, like it moved, but it wasn't really. I know I wasn't pressing on it. Others would say the same thing. I'm not pressing on it, but the thing would move. And it said that there was a ghost, and we stopped when someone around the house knew that we were doing it and started to tap, because we were on the 3rd floor, got a freaking stick and tapped their window, and it worked perfectly. We were like, show us a sign, and at that time someone tapped the window, which you can't tap because we're on the 3rd floor, and he got and tap, and we ran out of there screaming. And after that, I said, fuck the Ouija board. I went to church. I fucking.
You don't think all that was coincidence right there? Because I feel like
it
was
coincidence.
Things can be explained.
It was explained. It was a coincidence, but just out of the sake of whatever, like I don't know. But then you get all these TV shows of these mediums that they know, and like, I mean, how much of it is a setup? How much of it is true? Man, the only way to prove it, right? The only way to prove it is to actually go to one and figure some shit out. But then again, I'm the type of like, do I want to know the future? Do I want to fuck with the future?
You see, I have a story about that. So I remember my mom telling me that she came to the U.S. at a really young age, right? Mm-hmm. So when she was 14, her dad, my grandpa, he was a doctor here, so he got her like a citizenship, and she came over, right? So at the age of 14, coming into like this new society, you don't really know much, right?
Right.
So she got the idea that she wanted to go check out a psychic, right?
At a young age?
At that young age of 14 going to 15, right? So she said she went to it.
Is that allowed, by the way?
Who knows? Come on, Carla. It's like back in fucking 80s, 90s.
Ah.
Shit that's not allowed now was allowed back then.
Okay.
Right?
Granted.
But anyway, so she went in and she said that her entire experience was kind of weird, right? Mm-hmm. So the lady had told her that she was going to die at 17.
Oh, shit. I would see.
And it's shit that's crazy.
No.
And I've always asked her about it, right? I've always asked her about it. And she's told me that she believed in it.
See, that would be a nightmare,
But
though.
once she made it to 17 and 18, she was like, what the fuck? Like, I spent 3 years of my fucking life believing this.
Yeah, and that's horrible, though. Imagine it's like, hey, Christian, you're going to die at age 29. Imagine everything lead up to 29, and you're preparing.
Yeah, like, you lived your life by this, and then...
Yeah, and you're just, like, paranoid as shit at 29. Like, how am I going to die? Like, you're going to die. Is this the way? Is this today? Is today the day? I would hate to have that. I would hate No.
So
See,
once
no.
you make it,
Like
once
that.
you make it to your 30s,
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck? What now?
Yeah. Right? Like, I just feel like that's just I don't know. I would hate to have that. Same thing when they say they read your palms and whatever. Now, here's an interesting thing that I'm going to do. So I'm going to this bachelorette, right, in June. And we're going to get our, they read the tea leaves.
Okay.
So what they do is, apparently they put a tea leaf, you drink it, whatever, and you're supposed to drink it. And then once you're done with the cup, they look at it, and it's supposed to tell. It's like fortune telling. It tells you about what's gonna happen.
But this isn't no like Indio Amazonico shit where you go in and they kill the chicken and fucking
Might
they
as
get
well
the
be.
egg and they like rub it on you and shit.
It might as well be, right?
Okay.
But at one point, like, how do we, and that's gonna be my first experience of like, okay, because I've heard that you can go to a psychic and you tell them certain clues, and then they're really good at picking up on it and then making stuff up. Not making stuff up, but going along, making it sound like they do know.
Because the way I saw it was literally like fortune cookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how fortune cookies you pop out with like the little paper, and the paper it tells you something that it can relate to anybody,
Right?
with any situation.
Exactly.
I was thinking that with a psychic.
I mean, but
they literally
mine says
do
I'm
that.
amazing and great personality,
Which is a complete lie, but
so
that one I guess they fucked up and they threw that
they just threw that
fortune
on me.
cookie in
Yeah.
there.
Right.
But yeah, all that. I feel like psychics are literally like that. And I'm not like going against anybody's profession, because I'm sure there's people out there that want to be psychics, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's all business. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Same thing with,
It is a business, and so I feel like at one point, where do we draw the line? Whether like can we tell if this is a real psychic or not? Like, I feel like you really have to know one, like know one to.
maybe we should go and get one on the podcast and see if it's bullshit or not. Right?
I mean, that would be a trip.
I mean, if you tried the Ouija board, why not try that, Carla?
Why am I have to be the one?
You're here trying all these different things.
I know. I'm telling you, I've lived several lives. I feel like, and I'm lucky to be where I'm at today.
I feel like I wouldn't try it out because
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't try it out.
Why?
One, because
But wait, so
I
do
feel
you
like that's like cursing yourself.
Wait
there.
a minute. Okay, so the Ouija board. So do you believe in it or you don't?
I feel like it's a bunch of bullshit.
You think
Honestly.
okay.
Okay.
So you think the whole thing is just fake?
The way I see it is, I feel like there's something out there, like paranormal shit.
Now the crazy thing is they sell
But
this.
I really
they
don't
sell this
believe
at
in it.
Target everywhere in the kids aisle.
Exactly. So at this point, is it just a business now?
I mean, it might as well be. But at one point, like, why then? If it is what you say, then
Or
it's
is it another
bullshit.
folktale?
If it is what you say it is, that it's bullshit, then why are you not doing it? Then why are you not playing it?
Because I'm not gonna
So
fucking...
you're scared. So you're fucking
It's not
scared.
that I'm scared. It's just that I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like you're
fucking
scared. Stop
waste
crying.
my
Stop
time
crying.
to do some shit like that. Get me?
Waste your time to do some shit
Yeah.
like that. But we can say that about going religion, though. Are you religious?
I'm not religious, but I grew up in a
Spiritual,
religious family.
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school.
So they
I did my first communion
so
and all that
are
stuff.
you telling me? So you're telling me that did your parents ever say don't do this shit? Because my mom always said like don't fuck with that.
You see, I feel like religion is a bunch of fucking... I'm not gonna say a bunch of bullshit, but it's a business, right?
Ooh, you just
Sorry to all the people out there that are religious.
You
I do
just-
apologize in advance.
apologize to Simply Zema, who is
Simply Sema, sorry, your shout out is so up there. I feel like it's a business, right?
So you're saying
I do wear like a cross on my chain. The reason why I wear it is because of respect to like my grandparents,
Girl,
which
just
are
in case.
really
Just in
religious.
case-
Just in case some shit happens, yeah, I was fucking wearing it. But anyways, no, but yeah, so I do wear it, I do wear it because of that, but not because I'm super religious. But I feel like there is something out there. I'm sure there's something out there,
Okay.
but I completely don't believe in it.
Okay, so back to the Ouija board before we sidetrack on something else. So you don't believe it. You don't believe in it, but you won't fuck with it. How does that even make sense? Because I feel like if you don't even believe it, then why does it even matter?
You know what, Carla? If you really want to fuck with it, bring it out. We'll play it.
That's when we get a bigger budget and we can do our videos and you can see us fucking.
Someone
doing that
donate a Ouija board and send it out here.
Nah, I
please.
think we have. I think we do have. I think my nephew has one. To be like, it's fucking crazy. Anyways, point is that I won't do it again though.
Okay,
Like,
that was gonna be my next question. if
because
you were to do it again.
I did it once and I felt I don't know.
So you wouldn't do it again because of fear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's again the unknown. Like I grew up religious And to be honest, I think I'm probably the most religious in my family. Oddly enough, crazy enough. It's been a while since I've been to church because I'll, go back and forth.
You go for the wine?
I go for the wine and the bread because I love bread, and what I just feel like doing it growing up. I don't know. I just feel like the Ouija board brings out a third party ghost lines that people who are stuck somewhere here, and I just don't want to fuck with them. Like, do I believe in ghosts? I do, sort of, and I say that because I don't want one to fucking appear. I don't want to meet one. I don't want to see one, but I feel like there's something that happens. My aunt, a great aunt of mine, still believes to this day that she, like, in her house is haunted. She lives with a ghost, very animate. And from the very beginning, I'm just like, I hated going to her house because I'm like, fuck, is the ghost going to come out and get me? Because, but then she said it was a friendly ghost.
You see, I don't believe in ghosts. I'm not going to say I haven't, like, encountered certain, like, things, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like everything can be explained, right? There's, like, some shit that can explain everything, right? But let me tell you a quick little fact about that. So, growing up, I've lived in, I'm not going to say multiple places, but I lived in 2 different apartments, right?
Okay.
So, in those 2 different apartments, and in the house that I'm living in now, someone has died in there, right?
That you know of?
All old ladies.
Wait, that you know of?
I don't, that I know of, yeah, that I know of, right?
So wait,
but
do you know
shit
these,
like that
wait,
doesn't put fear in me or anything.
Did you know these people?
I didn't. On the first one, it was this lady that she lived there for many years. She passed away because she was old, right?
Okay. I feel like when you...
On the second one...
That doesn't count.
On the second one, this lady committed suicide in her bathtub, right? In the bathtub.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, but fuck it.
You're there now.
They changed the bathtub. It's not the same one, just for the people out there thinking that it's the same one. Anyways, on this other house that I'm living in, this lady, she owned it for, you can say, over 40, 50 years. Mm-hmm. And her husband died, and like 3 years later, she died, right?
Okay.
Inside of the master bedroom. But before we bought the house, they completely destroyed it and they rebuilt it. So I don't know if that one counts.
I think it...
But I feel like, okay, yes, I do hear some certain shit in the house, like steps and shit like that. But I feel like that shit can be explained in some type of fucking way, right? I don't know. Point is that I don't really fear shit like that.
Because you think it can be explained.
Yeah, I feel like everything can be explained.
So wait, so do you do believe in ghosts, or you don't?
I don't.
I
don't believe in ghosts.
Oh,
I have encountered like a scenario where I would say, I don't know if
How does that even make sense?
Hold up. Hold up.
How do you say no? I don't believe in it, and then you're like, but I've seen one. We've talked.
Hold up.
You're all like playing fucking cards over here.
Well,
poker.
Carla, if you let me
Okay.
explain the story,
All right,
you'll
ahead.
understand. So it was this one time that
Okay, go ahead. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what you're gonna explain to me.
I was driving down Griffith, right, with my brother. This was like 1 or 2 in the morning. Shit always happens at that fucking time to me.
That's why my dad used to say nothing good comes after 10 p.m.
But the llorona didn't come out, so that's a good thing.
All right, cool.
Anyways, so we're driving down Griffith, and it was right there by where Old Town is, where the trains are at.
Okay.
The haunted trains, supposedly.
Quote unquote.
Okay, so we were driving down, and then there was this little area where there was a porta potty and a light that shined over the fucking porta potty, right?
Uh-huh.
Already fucking sounds and looks fucking creepy as fuck. Anyways, so we're passing by there. No cars around. Everything was fucking pitch black. Only thing you can see is literally what the headlights were hitting, right?
Right.
So we were driving down, and we see a group of 4 to 6 little girls dressed in all white playing, right?
Wait, what time was this?
At 2 in the morning. Hold up. That's the shit that tricked me out, because I was like, what the fuck is someone out here gonna be doing at that time, right?
4 little girls dressed in white playing at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So, at that point, we quickly U-turn, go back. Don't ask why I made that decision, but I did that, right?
Because you were scared.
And I go back. I wasn't scared. I was interested in to see what the fuck it was, right?
But you turned around.
No. I turned.
Scared.
As in I turned around. I U-turned to go see what was going on.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
I was really interested to see what the fuck was going on.
Fuck no.
Stupid idea, but I had to know what was going on, right?
Okay.
So I U-turned. I asked my brother, "Hey, did you see that?" He goes like, "Yeah." Right? Mm-hmm. So already I was like, it can be a ghost. After that,
you already said it's not a ghost.
After that, we pull over.
Wait, it could have been a murderer, and now you're gonna go check out the murderer?
Hold up. We pull over, and there is nobody there, right? So I'm sure the first thought that other people would get is, "Oh shit, it was a fucking ghost," right? But
so you're saying
I started doing my little research behind everything.
Shut up.
There's actually a school that's literally like, I kid you not, like 600 steps away from the fucking area I saw that.
But it's
so in my mind, I was thinking like, hey, like maybe the kids were up and like the parents brought them out to fucking play or some shit. I don't know. Something.
That is the stupidest reason.
It cannot be explained. I don't know. I just really I wasn't like scared of it or anything like that.
That is a possibility, but no, I'm not gonna go in your scenario and be like, oh yeah, let me go down my street. There's an elementary school there. Yeah, the kids are playing. It's 2 a.m. Cool. That's it. No,
I don't know. Point is that I don't fucking believe in ghosts, and I didn't believe that. I didn't fear that.
Look, that's you telling yourself that it wasn't a ghost when it was.
Meaning that I don't believe in them.
Because you're making it, because you don't want to believe. And right now I'm doing Santa Claus because I don't want to fucking
bring out the holy water?
Fuck no, I don't even want to like call them, talk to them. No. I don't want to, but yeah, that you probably saw a fucking ghost, and now that's you making yourself feel better and not scared and giving yourself an explanation. Because yeah, everything can't be explained. And the mind is so powerful, I believe, so powerful that you can convince yourself of anything. True or not true?
True, which is basically the placebo effect, right? Yeah. All the people that take all these pills that doctors and other people tell them, hey, like, this is going to do this for you. And at the end of the day, it's a fucking, like, sugar pill. And people
for sure.
Cure themselves. Let's not even say cure themselves, but people better themselves, right? But, okay, let me ask you this one, Carla. So, are you familiar with the Roosevelt Hotel? The one in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Famous because Marilyn Monroe would stay there and shit like that. Okay.
Ooh, remind me to take something else on that. Just put it on.
Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of famous, like, high-end people, celebrities, shit like that, people with money would stay there, right?
Yeah.
Back in the 20s, back in the 30s, the little Hollywood era. So a lot of people died there also, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people claim that place is haunted.
Right.
You believe in ghosts.
I'm not staying there.
There you go.
No.
I would stay there just because of curiosity.
It's the same thing with when my cousin wants me to go, and I told her I would because I think it's interesting, but I know I'm gonna get the shit scared out of me. Is take that night tour at the Queen Mary, because that's another one that's also supposedly like one of the highest haunted places. And maybe that's one thing that No.lube can do when we put our videos and on YouTube and stuff. But I'd be down to try it out because I've heard some scary ass shit happens and whatnot. And I don't want to do it because I feel like that's just inviting it's just inviting. I don't want to be inviting to ghosts. I can be inviting to anybody, but to ghosts.
But you'll do like Halloween Horror Nights at Universal or
fuck that.
Fucking Mickey Mouse fucking Scary Party or whatever the fuck that's just called.
Scary Potter.
Scary Party.
Oh,
anyways.
But
what's the thing you're gonna tell me?
That so my niece is gonna get married later on this year, and the hotel that's near where the reception at. Is an old hotel in Culver City. I should have looked at. I mean, I didn't know we were gonna go this far, but so she was telling me that this old hotel out in Culver City is the nearest hotel to this place. So when they were out there trying to block rooms and whatnot, that they said that there's this one room that's haunted by John Wayne.
Okay.
And so apparently a lot of people have been saying that. So John Wayne won this hotel room or this hotel by playing cards with Charlie Chaplin. Mm-hmm. So he won the hotel, and I guess it was one of his favorite hotels that he owned or whatever, and I don't know. So he frequently haunts the biggest suite that he has, because that's the room that he used to stay in all the time. And so they've been people that says like, yeah, I smell smoke when there's no smoking allowed. They've seen him by the window when there is no windows. They have a lot of things, and so they told my niece if she wanted to block that one because it's the biggest hotel, or it's the biggest suite they have. They asked her if she wanted to block that room for her honeymoon suite, and she was like, no. And I'm not staying there, so I'm gonna stay in that hotel for that wedding, but I'm afraid that fucking John Wayne's gonna be showing up somewhere and haunt the shit out of me. And I'm not down for that. So low key, I'm scared. By the way,
come on, Carly, you gotta meet new people, right?
Yeah. So, anyways, so this was a good talk. I guess the truth will be in the pudding when we see the movie, and we find out what the fuck this is about, what it is, how it ends up, if it is Americanized, if it lives up to the expectation of what we've grown up with, or not. So stay tuned for that for our review next week.
And just like that, we come to the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening and the support. Carla, give us our plug and sign us out.
And as always, we want to hear from you guys. So go ahead and like our page and feel free to weigh on any of our topics, including any ghosts that you've met. Follow us on Instagram at No.lube.podcast or at Twitter at No.lube_podcast.
This is Christian, signing out.
This is Carla. I'll see you guys next week.